want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Sister, sister, rise and go. System failed you, that I know. I wanna celebrate with you, lose control. Push the boundaries with you, yeah. Dress the skyline with you, yeah. Tell me, do you want it? 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 I finna get Gbpjpy, live from within, pop it, fly back up and ride
Hey, good morning, chat. Good morning, good morning. Got a big day here today. We got core PCE coming out during NY session. Really important news there. You can see prices already coming down. We're down here 1.11%. Yeah, overall, these sells, these sells have still been the overall direction here of the market on Goldie. Still coming down here towards a support. It's gonna be quite interesting to see how next week is gonna be though. That's if we're gonna be staying within this area over here, this general zone. Maybe we're gonna pop back upwards. Monthly flipped. Oh wow, the monthly flipped. The monthly, holy, the monthly ended up creating the bottom wick here. Crazy chat, crazy. So like that's what we usually talk about, right? That's what we talk about, how these candles, like right as they're about to close on the LTF, we always see this. Always see right before the close, they have like a quick move. They're kind of volatile. Now you can see the same thing happening here on the monthly. This is quite interesting. It just obviously takes a lot longer for the monthly candlesticks to obviously close. But we got about 3 more days here for this candlestick to close. It ended up creating that bottom wick, chat. It acted like a magnet. Acted like a magnet. So here's the monthly open over here by this weekly candle support. Let's see what else. Let's go quarterly. Yeah, we also got the quarterly close. Quarterly close in line with monthly closure over here. So yeah, I mean this is off to a good start, in terms of Freaky Friday. Look at this. In terms of Freaky Friday, we're off to a good start. So we're creating the bottom wick here for end of the week. Yeah, this is quite interesting. So let's see what core PC is saying. That's going to be coming out 8:30, 30 minutes into NY. Looks like we're being neutral here. We're not expecting a change in the PC price index. That's going to remain the same. So I would say like mainly just focus then on price action and just obviously trade around these fundamentals. If price is moving down now, that could mean 2 things, That could mean either the numbers here are going to come out bad, or they're going to come out good and price is going to move up on gold. So that's a pricing in on gold moving down. So good numbers here would make it move up. Or it could just be bad numbers. Price going to move down, or because it's neutral, market is still doing what it's been doing, which is moving bearish anyway, coming down to create that bottom wick here on the monthly. So yeah, not too focused on the core PC really. Just kind of seeing where the direction is. Because if we're currently at our daily support region here, then I'm going to be expecting, if price starts to break below support by 32.85 next week, we could see a continuation towards the downside. So we're going to see something like this happen. And then candlesticks are going to fill this range. We're going to get like a wick fill of this area here. And expecting price to come and retest support there. That's by 3,200. So that's what I'm expecting here from the market here, guys. That's what I'm going to be expecting. Let's see weekly. Obviously got weekly support lining up quite nicely there with the daily too. Hope everyone's doing well, man. I see Mr. Rashid's in the chat. Superfly, J Angel, Brandon Livingston, Shalu, Architects in here. Ricardo, look. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Morning. Looking for buys on GJ as we're bouncing off a nice key level. Vikrant, Alexander. Nice to have you guys here. You're looking for a buy on GJ. Buy. Looking for buys on GJ. We're bouncing off a nice key level. Yeah, and GJ is like, it's up 0.10%. Gotta get through those SMAs. Hourly SMAs giving a hard time. We got the 4-hour SMA here still holding up price. See, daily is breaking above the highs at a sort of resistance. GJ is at a very key level. We need to start breaking above this 200 mark. Start distributing to correct some of this range over here. And then hopefully the price action clears up a lot more. But yeah, for the most part, GJ has been moving somewhat decent. You can see we create a support. 3 white soldiers. Retracement. And then it's trying to push up. It's trying to push up here. So if you're looking for a buy, definitely you're in the right side. You're definitely in the right side of the market. So, you know, very good. Very good. I think if you're looking for a buy, it should be good. Just the same way, if you're looking for a sell on gold, it should be good. It should be good. You have to be very cautious, chat. Very cautious, because you know, like what we spoke about these trades coming close to SL. You know, there's something we spoke about yesterday, and it's something that a lot of people don't like for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why people. I think it's a right or wrong thing. You know, I think that's what it is. Like when people, let's say, get their SL tapped by so little, they rather just close it. I think it's a right or wrong thing. I used to have this problem as, I don't know if it's like a problem, but I used to have this thing as well, psychology wise, when I started trading, was about the stop loss thing and letting it, if it hits, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, so I try to stay relatable, because you know, after trading for so long, sometimes you kind of forget these things. But I think it's something that a lot of traders are gonna be dealing with here. Because I've seen it happen over and over again. You know, no matter how many times you tell somebody, like, don't put a physical stop loss, close it manually when it hits your break even, it's still something that we tend to do. And I get it. We're just trying to protect the full position. But, you know, sometimes it can be quite annoying. But anyway, yeah, price is moving down here. We got a beautiful range. Potential buys. We got, like, you know, 63 pip range over here. And that's if we can create some kind of support. It's moving down, but it's not. All right, I think it's probably still in a distribution, to be honest, because it just broke away from this region right here. So it accumulated orders and it broke below, had a retracement, and it seems like it's still distributing towards the downside. It's got a high time frame. Vic, did you perhaps just wake up? No, I didn't. Yeah, but this is, let's see here on the 4-hour. 4-hour here is clean. Smooth sailing. But it's pretty far away. Ooh. Probably expect some kind of reactions here. Daily support. Let me put my Friday banner up for people not to ruin it. So we got here, you guys can see. Don't overtrade. It's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. Don't overtrade. But man, that's why I mean, like, Freaky Fridays always have these really big moves. You know, I always expect like a big move on a Freaky Friday, as that weekly candle is also closing. Look, weekly candle completely melting here. About to close for Freaky Friday. So, you know, since the Asia session, I'm sure people have been trading Asia. Price has just been melting off. Head and shoulders over here, I see. Very nice confluence. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, accumulation, fake out, breakout. Beautiful. Nice price action over here. Yeah, these Asia sessions, man, these Asia sessions have been really nice. I mean, really nice Asia sessions. Yeah, we down 1.23. I need to put the SL because I had a habit of letting trades run drawdown. So for now, it's my way of dealing with that bad habit. Yeah, that's true. You know, like when you first start doing that, no SL, like, or mental stop loss becomes no stop loss. You know, like price is gonna hit through that level quickly, and you know, you sometimes you get a bit worried, and price just keeps going into drawdown. You know, but that's where you gotta build that kind of like intuition. And the best way to do it, at least my experience, is look at the 1 minute time frame. Look at the way the 1 minute candlesticks are behaving, because usually if it's just gonna be a spike, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be a quick spike. You can give yourself some room there, make a mechanical plan, where that's like two pips, 3 pips additional. And then if it breaks through that barrier, then you just close automatically, because you know that's going to be a little bit more of a stronger push, because these sort of like reversals by stop loss, they're not typically very strong pushes. They'll just kind of like tap that area and then quickly reverse. You know, it could be in a matter of like even 1 second, right? So I think that's a really good way to do it. You can build a mechanical plan around that. Give yourself like, you know, maybe like 2 pips, 3 pips, whatever you see that is fitting with your trading style. And then once it fully breaks that region, then you're like, okay, cool, I'm closing the trade off here. And usually it happens when you are suspecting that the market is going to do something. You know, that's if the market is very volatile, it's moving up and down aggressively. That's when you're expecting it most of the time. You're going to want to look at that. Because there's a difference between how candlesticks move when they're calm and when it's volatile. And you're going to see it. The more you watch the candles, the more you understand like the fluctuations, what's like normal and what's not normal. But it looks like yesterday we got 2 shocks. It looks like the shocks kept coming in at the bus stop here. We got 1 bus stop, sharky behavior, a little random, and then price moved down. Another bus stop, sharky behavior, pushed up and then pushed down. It literally did the same thing here, same character. You look, consolidation, break above, pull down. Consolidation, break above, pull down. So yeah, I think yesterday there was like directional bias here in the market, and I think gold wanted to play off these buyers, and also shaking out the sellers, because you know the move was pretty big. That move happened here from the London session and carried over towards, you know, the New York session here. It's a pretty big dump. Makes it quite difficult to catch. Even here, if you consider like entries from these areas could have technically, you know, like retested. You see what I mean? Like the market loves to do this. It kind of like does this quite a bit. It will just flirt around with that area. See, that's about like 3.5 pips. Just flirt around with that area of where potentially people are going to be getting into their trades, you know? So it does the same thing for a stop loss. So, you know, like 3 pips over here, you could have waited 3.5 pips to be sure. It's a squeeze. It's a very squeezy thing. Very squeezy thing. Getting opportunities, getting trades that are valid. It's quite... it can be difficult. It can be very difficult. But at least now you know this happens. So, you know, like since now you know this happens, then I think this is an opportunity. You know, just like yesterday, how when we spoke about how that happens, how that happens, and then I showed you guys my trade where that happened to here on Discord. So get this. Yeah, here on Discord like this. Right, we spoke about that before the stream started. And then this is God giving you an opportunity now. He said, okay, you know, you've heard this now, so let me see if you're listening. Let me see if you're listening to the stream. So instead of giving a winning trade here, God gave an opportunity for someone to work on that discipline, to see if they can actually hold their nerves when price comes towards this level. And you know, we came here like I think 4 times. So I think that's what that was. It was an opportunity to try and maneuver such a thing from happening, because that's a little trick that's going to come in handy in your playbook, when you can kind of hold your nerve a little bit, you know, just hold that nerve a little bit, especially if you think that price is going in a certain direction. Bombaclat trades happen fast, not many people catch them. Yes. Are you looking for a trade today? I don't think so. We're just gonna monitor the market. Maybe something interesting pops up, you know, something really good stands out. On Fridays we just like to chill. If something really interesting comes, then yeah, I'm gonna be looking to execute. But I think I'm also gonna extend my trading time a bit more into next week as well. I want to give myself like an additional hour. Because normally we just look at the first 2 hours. Hit my weekly target pre-London session. So I'm done for the week. For the month even. Wow. I'll go again Tuesday next week. Awesome. Done for the month. Yeah, I'm not done for the month yet. I need one more trade. I need a couple more trades. Hopefully I can get 2 more trades. 2 more trades to end off the month here. Once you learn that the market loves to test your psychology, it becomes so satisfying to hold your ground and trust your analysis. Yes. Because, you know, like you're basically going to war every day once you're on the charts. The market's not here to make things easy for you. Sometimes it makes it easy. Sometimes, but most of the time it's not easy. Most of the time it's going to test you. It's going to see who's been backtesting on over the weekend, who's been working on their psychology. It's, you know, it's going to test you. Every day is a new test. New market condition, environment, new variable. That's why it takes long for people to learn how to trade, because there's a lot of different scenarios that can happen. And yeah, it's just all about showing up continuously. That's why for me, I always try to make it simple by telling you all that markets only move 3 directions. Only move bearish, sideways, bullish. Like I don't know like how more simple that I can make that, because the problem with this is it usually starts with doing higher to lower time frame analysis and then jumbling up the daily biases and your trading styles. So you're an intraday time frame trader, you trade the 5-minute, you're doing analysis on higher time frames, and the biases can sometimes, they don't work like that. So if you're on a higher time frame, yeah, most of the time you're looking to trade with the volume direction on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, you can get away with both buys and sells. But obviously it's always good to be on the daily direction in any case, you know, because you can obviously see majority people here are selling gold. Gold is down 433 pips. This daily does not even have a top wick. Look, it just completely melted here for Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday came in. We're already down 1.27% here. So yeah, definitely in a situation like this, sells are looking pretty good. Looks like a liquidity, small little fake out situation that might have happened over here as well. I think again, it came very close to this area. This wick, it didn't completely take that wick out. Didn't completely take that wick out. Because you could imagine maybe someone takes, like, for example, a sell right over here. So, you know, there's a pretty good example here. Someone takes a sell here, stop loss here, and then they have that thing with the stop loss again. You see what I mean? So this will really mess you up. This can really mess you up. You see how now it's dumping? This could have probably been your take profit, but out of fear or spreads could have taken you out right there. So you see, like, since we know this, why don't we trade in a way that we can avoid that happening? You know, because if it happens like this, it's gonna happen again and another time and another time and another time. So that's the thing about trading. It's like if you do the wrong habits, it doesn't matter how long you've been trading for, it will never be profitable. An hour extra VIX, wicks and dips, no whips, straight pips a day. Yes, sir. Sir Joshua. Nailed it. My Gbpjpy is working out. Oh, Gbpjpy. Oh, wow, nice. Yeah, I said like that daily, you're trading with the daily direction is pretty nice there. Let's see, from 17, 18. Unless you gotta take like a breakout, sort of like an impulsive break here on the 1 minute. there any other way I can see I could have gotten into this? And then look at this. Look at this again, chat. Look at this again. It's coming back down for them lemmings. You see the lemmings here? This is the difference between being right, but wanting to be right and wrong in the market. If you want to be right or wrong, you're going to be wrong. Most times you're going to be wrong. But you see, I come back and touch just like so perfectly. It's like it knows exactly how people trade. Most people will already be like, oh, that's me at break even. And then price moves up. Trading is on a daily mission of messing up your psychology. Yes, exactly. Stuff like this, man, this will really mess you up. This will really mess you up. Just to get tapped like this and then for that to happen. Ooh. Because, you know, it gets more risky. Trading gets more risky. When you miss trades, it gets more risky. So if you're meant to take a winning trade and you mismanaged it, oh man, like the next trade, the risk increases. It's much better if you get it on the first try. The GJ buys look exactly like Ethereum trade I took at night. That's a beautiful distribution here. Really nice. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, guys. Markets move. Bearish, sideways, bullish. It's just about understanding I think just understanding that flow on its own is just going to help clear out some maybe analysis paralysis that we get with doing HTF to LTF. Let's keep your chart simple. You can see it better on the 1 minute. I guess also the 5 minute here is clean. You can also see on the 5 minute. I think it only gets tricky if you start focusing on stuff all the way. Sometimes we tend to focus a lot on these structures. You know, sometimes you get people talk about, I don't know, Sunday open and these things. It's like, well, what does those levels have to do with anything that's happening here? Because at the end of the day, this is what you're trying to catch, right? This is what you're trying to catch this move. Someone maybe draws a POC, a point of control here, and they say, oh, there's a point of control. Someone maybe draws a FVG. Or maybe this time it lines up with that Sunday open thing. I don't know. But you got to see for yourself like what makes the most sense. Because, you know, sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming to always consider so much happening back here, you know, before focusing on what's happening currently in the market. Because every moment is unique. Where's the London fakie in gold? I think this might be it. I think this might be it because we still respected this structure above here. We broke below our support. This could be the London open fakie for price to move up towards that resistance point. Because we haven't yet had it. Because, you know, price has also moved down quite a lot. It's been moving down here since Asia. So I'm thinking, you know, every time we get a new session open, we're expecting some sort of like directional changes. So this could be it. Complication equals losing money in trading? Yes. Remember me, the guy with 3.5k USD loss? Now loss of 5k, but I made some things. Look at how you're gonna lose less in your trades. That's always a good advice, you know. It's always a good advice. You can't go wrong with focusing on risk. Actually, if you focus on the risk, it might open doors, you know. You might start to see price on a different perspective, and maybe that entry playbook you're looking for has just been hidden there by the risk. To get those proper confirmations, it's much harder to focus on the entries because you know, we got to use structure here. We got to use structure and understand how price prints when it's time to reduce risk. So, you know, it could give you quite a nice edge. The Lemming Liquidator. Today, Goldie is a buyer liquidator. Four-hour and 15-minute candles are my godfather now. Oh, 4-hour 15. I might be coming up with my own trading strategy now. I came to a conclusion. You only lose when you overtrade. Yeah, exactly. Man, I never make more from overtrading. I rarely ever make more money from overtrading. I always come out less and I do more work. Let's see how it reacts from 32.91, 34. Oh, we're approaching that SMA as well on the 15. It kind of looks like it wants to pull up a bit more. Got a massive push down here. Got some rejection wicks. Looks like a potential for some sort of rollover, but still right now things are still bearish. We haven't yet created any sort of bullish structure. Oh, the 15-minute looks good for a little bit of a fakie. It's kind of barcoding here. You got like the support, a little bit of a liquidity, potential liquidity grab here. You got resistance above here, barcoding. Maybe the next candle open and then like break these highs to move up. The Lemming Liquidator, that's given me an idea to punishment. Where's Eric? Yeah, poor Eric. Poor Eric. I don't know. I think Eric is this guy on Instagram. There's another guy on Instagram who's also a hater. I think it's Eric. Yesterday he sent me a message. He said, "You are a dirty pig. Full stop." Then I responded to him, "Thank you. I love it when you talk dirty to me." That's how you gotta deal with these haters. I think that's Eric. But we've hidden him from the channel now. That's really crazy. And then I got another message here. It was a really nice message, a very long message here. A very nice message. So, you know, that's social media. You're gonna have haters and you're gonna have supporters. Some people, they read that, then they're gonna cry. They're gonna cry and say, "Oh, you're being mean." But please don't be mean, guys. Don't hurt my feelings, you know. Very sensitive guy. So don't say mean things to me. If you got haters, that means you're doing something right. Yes. All right. So yeah, this is like candle about to close here in the next 1 minute. What's your Instagram? Let me send you a link. Error, try again. Oh. Oh, that's weird. Why am I... Okay, it should work now. Oh, there it is. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. Waiting for knife on US 100. Yeah, this thing is crazy. Coming down here heavy. It's filled up this range. This was a really nice dump from here. Once it started breaking below here to come down here. Now it's got a bit of speed bumps. Yeah, this is very soon to be buying gold. Gold just created a gap on my broker as well. When this candlestick opened, I think it had something to do with that SMA. You see, we're getting the kiss of death. And then see how that volume is coming in now? Oh, my broker even created a gap. So if you were to execute, basically you'd be executing... The gap is pretty big. The gap starts from like here. TetraFX underscore official. No, I sent a link. It's FX Vic Mensa for Instagram. But I think Tetra underscore official is also my Instagram. Wait, let me see. But I only use one Instagram though. TetraFX underscore. Oh yeah, that's also my Instagram. But I don't post anything on there. In soccer, they say only the one gets attacked who has the ball. That's a nice quote. I think we are looking for a potential pullback before further downside. I think Goldie wants to retrace up. Yeah, like a pullback. Look at the way that wick there is. Looks like a bit of a small little liquidity grab. A little volatile. Yeah, it's a little volatile. And it's gonna get that 8 SMA there supporting it. You can see it's kind of struggling a bit here in this area again. Got like a support. Got some rejection wicks. 5 minutes acting a little aggressive there. Looks more like he wants to fake out some sellers. Respecting this key zone. Just needs to get through this level. And I think we're going to see resistance here being met by 39.25. 32.95. Confirm that momentum. Close back above the SMAs. Get that dynamic support. Because the SMAs are going to look something like this. And candlesticks should stop printing somewhat like this. Probably gonna have some reaction some here in the range because of we're approaching like 15 minute SMA over there. Like 15-minute SMA. Let's see on the 30. Needs to break above. Oh, we're reflipped again. Sheesh. This is the most annoying type of market condition. It's doing that volatility thing again. Can see, always see it better on the 1 minute. Forming up potential head and shoulders here too. Got left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Potential for price to break above these highs. That becomes a little bit of a fakey situation over here. Same happening on GJ too. Oh yeah, same thing here on GJ. Looks like you might want to retrace down a bit. Break of these lows. Because the thing with GJ, it like broke above, created a new higher high, and it's like it's struggling. It broke back below, and it's retesting that level again. See, it's kind of like a previous. It's become a ceiling again. A ceiling again for price to move down. Calling a sport football where an egg is carried and thrown by hand most of the time and only once by foot is classic. Yes, sir. That's Americans call it football. American football. Y'all know how to throw an American football? It's the most satisfying thing when you get that spin. It's really nice. But we call it soccer over here. I mean, we call it football over here. Americans gotta call it soccer. It's kind of weird. Why call it football? It's true. You only hit it by foot once. You don't always hit it by foot. You're mainly throwing it. It should be called like handball or something. But handball again is a different sport. Oh, they should just say the full name. American football. Yeah, man, American culture is like, it's so interesting, you know. I feel like it's such a whole different universe over there in America. It's a whole different universe somehow. Also, when you see Americans, you know, when you get American tourists, they're always kind of like loud, and you can always hear them. You can always hear them. They are a whole different world. It should be called soccer. Yeah. And why do they call it soccer? Do you sock the ball? I feel like when you go on holiday, you can always tell the Germans. Easily tell the Germans. You can tell the Americans very easily. Vic, what's causing this 5-minute to open with these gaps? Another gap obtained on my IC markets. It's just because it's volatile right now. The market's just very, very choppy. Or just you know, this is something we've been experiencing, I think, for the past, is it 2 days? Since yesterday, it's been kind of aggressive over here. I think it has something to do maybe with the core PCE numbers. You know, the monthly just flipped. It's creating a bottom wick here on the monthly, major rejections onto the highs. Technically, I would say it's in a quite an awkward place with the timing as well. You know, the timing of the monthly about to close and creating that bottom wick here on a Freaky Friday at the end of the week, plus we also had a daily support. So I feel like there's just a lot happening here. And you know, as we're heading towards the weekend, you're gonna have people more like securing their positions, protecting their positions for any sort of like a news that might come out on the weekend. So, you know, with that also brings Freaky Friday volume. People getting out of the market. Sometimes people getting into the market expecting something to happen over the weekend for price to continue moving upwards. But this looks like more risk off. More risk off. Because, you know, something could happen this weekend where tensions are going to escalate again, and then we're going to expect price to open bullish. Gold extended losses. Gold fell to around 33.20 per ounce on Friday, extending recent losses despite a subdued dollar as investors continue to assess the Fed's rate cut outlook. Reports indicate President Trump may announce his Fed chair nominee as early as September or October, likely favoring a candidate supportive of looser financial conditions. Yeah, definitely. Why does Trump want to cut the rates so bad? I don't understand this guy. Like, what does he really know about the economy? Or maybe he's actually a really good businessman. Maybe he sees an edge to how cutting rates can support businesses. Fed Chair Powell, for his part, noted that the absence of new tariffs supports disinflation, creating room for multiple rate cuts if aggressive levies are held off beyond a July 9th deadline. Markets now await the PC inflation report due today for further direction. Elsewhere, fading risks in the Middle East reduce demand for safe haven assets, as prices moving down here on gold. The bullion is on track for a second consecutive weekly loss. Bullion has been taking a big hit. GJ didn't offer me a deeper pullback for my second entry for buys. Looks like the candlestick reflipped. It reflipped over there. Still pushing up, it seems. Up 0.20%. Because they belong in my house. That's why. And soccer was originally a British acronym. I think, I could be wrong. Around that time was introduced to the USA and they run with it. I think I started learning trading since April this year on demo account, and I learned more from you a lot. But I have a bad habit over trading. The first two trade is winning mostly, but then I give it back. I like to say, like, a lot of you guys are already profitable because you know what you're doing, the wrong things that you're doing. So you already, if you think about it, you're already profitable. You already know the wrong things that you're doing. You just have to stop doing them. Like, that's the only way. You're gonna realize if you're making profitable trades in London and then giving it back in New York, maybe it's time that you don't trade the New York. But you have to also give yourself like a bit of time. Give yourself at least like 3 months, at the minimum, the most minimum, because the market every month is slightly different. Maybe for you, London right now is amazing, and then eventually it stops becoming amazing. Then you're gonna want to feel like jumping and trading into NY. So I don't know, it's really important that you stick with a system long enough. Just keep monitoring it. At the end of the day, keep doing your back testing. Look at where the winning trades were. If that's the situation, look at where the winning trades were. And if you're still getting winning trades in the London, then it just could be a small timing thing. But you just stick with it wherever you're profitable right now. Just stick with it for some time. But again, that's why I said, like, if you got a good foundation, then it should be able to hold. But if you're trading something very intricate, it can become a bit confusing. Again, that's why we go back to these 3 directions the market goes, and then just see how it's behaving. Like, maybe it's just a volatile month. Maybe there's kind of news. There's always something. As a new trader, it's very hard to understand the full or conceptualize the full market environment. Because for a new trader, for example, maybe June was a difficult month for them, but they don't know how markets move in unison with like macro fundamentals and all the uncertainty that's happening. Because for me, for a fact, I didn't pay attention to any of this like in the first year of trading. So for me, it was 100% technical analysis. If I lose, it's the market's fault. Gold is losing steam for that downside momentum. Yeah. Gold is losing steam. It's actually making those buys look quite juicy right now. Buys above these wick highs, because that's a range. You know, if a candlestick starts to break above this area, you're expecting that price is going to move bullish. Like this to fill that zone up. Because it looks like, if you look at a seller's perspective, when you see something like this happen, imagine you're in a sell here. If you see something like this happen, you'll be kind of worried. You'll be looking to somewhat manage your risk, because you know when price moves like this, it starts to get like a little bit dangerous, correct? Gold is looking to close the 1 hour below key level so that I don't see it slowing down. It's on 1 minute consolidation now, looks good. And it will have SMA 8 and 50 confluence. 1 minute plus SMA 8 and 5 once it breaks. Yeah, that would be good. Actually, the more time it spends in there, I guess the better. Get that 15 to come in. Come in a bit more. But 15 minutes about to close here in 8 minutes. Really nice rejections. But this could be a false support. So you still definitely have to wait for some sort of candles to close above here. Or break above structure. You can get in way too early. Just based off of the wicks. And then price can still move down. Remember, like, market can still move down longer than we think. So you just gotta pick a direction, read the price the way you're reading it, have that make sense to you, and execute with utmost confidence. Because for some people, maybe some people in the chat, they're looking at the opposite. Someone's looking at this in terms of, oh, we're bearish right now. I think any closure above here is gonna be a fake out. Then good, you gotta trade that. Then that means then you're just looking to fade moves. So that means you're probably always looking to do the opposite when markets are trending heavily. So these would be like your, I guess, ideal market conditions. Price trending heavily and then looking to do the opposite. So if you're trading like this, you have to be very patient to wait for times in the market when it's actually trending. You get those fake outs. My gold 1 hour key level is around 88. So I need to see a reaction from that before getting in. Oh, 88. I'm not seeing a key level here by 88. Unless you're taking something from here. This is where we got a bit of that inverted push. Left shoulder head, right shoulder. You also got one smaller one in here as well. You can see it here. Push. Got this larger scale one here. So you see how fractal the market is. That's a accumulation, a little bit of a fake out. As always, distribution above. It's like happening all over the place. So that's why now it can become very confusing. You gotta start looking at these. You can end up looking at this from a very confusing perspective. Market move down. Beautiful TFX concept here for the move up. Then also price came down sideways, broke above, build up the range again. A little bit of a fake out situation that happened here. Completely dumped. So you know, like, this is something I guess if you think that break above on the 5 minute is going to be a fake out. So basically you'd be looking for something exactly like this. So if that 5 minute breaks above resistance, closes back below like this, break of the lows, there's a fake out traders. I don't like fake out traders. Fake out trading. I can do higher lots if stops are tight to the risk of being slipped. Before the day is out, I would not be surprised if it had another go at 3,300. Oh, that's actually good. Yeah, that's a good observation there. 3,300. Because it could start from here. This could be the 0.8 to 3,300. That's like about 100 pips from this region. If it starts to break here. 3,300 like a magnet. But again, that would be the first move. So that would be the inception of the first buy. You would be catching the first buy opportunity. Because for the most part, price has been moving down. But you see, the timing is key because this was Asia. And it's like pre-sessions right over here. So now you're trading a different time. This is London. So at least you got the time variable there as your friend. That now with the London Open, you see, London Open hasn't yet continued to break. Only if I guess it breaks these lows over here. Then we can say London continues bearish. But we also haven't had the London fake out yet. I was thinking this could be the London fake out here. As it breaks above this region. Because it's always a bit late. You know, when you take these sells by London time, it's always a bit late. Also, like, if you look at the sell that we took on Monday, we caught, like, literally the last sell. So the moves have already happened. Price is compressing, yes. I'm waiting. The past me would have just gone in and most likely lose. The past me would have taken a buy here on this 5 minute, I think. But at the break of the highs. It's always a bit too soon. But if it wants to move up, then again, if you get the stop loss right, you could always survive a bad entry. Because if it wants to move up, it shouldn't break these lows. Here by 32, 32.83. Volume is on halt, yes. It's getting ready for the next move. It's going to be a nice move. Look at that accumulation. It's about to distribute here. I want to see it move up though. I think it would make more sense for it to move up here. Because in the higher time frames, it's like, you know, like this is not a deal. Or a sell even. You'd rather wait for some kind of retracement first. See GJ is struggling a bit as well. I still would like to see GJ break lows and then come down towards 198 to 209. Still accumulation over here. Actually, there's a bit more speed bumps towards the highs. Because this range on GJ is like about 6.3 pips. Whereas the sells have more room. About like 20 pips. Sometimes it can accumulate at key areas. So it can have enough gas in here that it can break this key area here on the left hand side. So the accumulation, get some gas in it and then break. But that's if it breaks these highs. Whatever direction it breaks right now, it should be the direction it wants to head to. Either breaks the highs here or it breaks the lows. Here comes the fake out. Get ready. Nice pump here on the 1 minute. Push up like 27 pips. Bro, why don't you trade BTC in the weekend? Because I don't need to trade the weekend. Why must you trade the weekend? I guess for the stream it would be fun. 24/7 stream. I mean 7 days a week. Gonna come on here and trade Bitcoin. Let's see. This was last weekend's price action. Could have actually gotten a move here. Oh, but this was I think this was, let's see. Yeah, I see like a few entries. Actually, Bitcoin looks quite nice here. It's a lot more opened up. You see how spacious it is. Sounds nice. But you know, just because the market's open doesn't mean you have to trade it. Just because they're open all the time. It's also nice to have the weekends, you know, take a little break on the weekends there. Get refreshed for the week up ahead. Especially, you know, if you've been doing it for a long time, it kind of loses it's like you don't want to trade as much. You just want to get the job done for the day, execute, and then just move on to the next trade, the next trade, the next trade. Yeah, chat. So let's wait. This becomes a no trade zone. Let's label this here no trade zone. No trade zone. Man, this distribution is going to be, I think it's going to be very nice. Got that 3,300 mark here. It should be really nice. Because you see the way it's already come down so much. It's already pushed down all the way down towards support. It really should not break these highs anymore. If it's still in this kind of bearish momentum. Still creating new lower high, lower high, lower high. Got another lower high right over here. Obviously creating new lower lows. It's not breaking any structure such as this. What would expect more of a bullish change of character if you get something more like this happen. What do you mean no trade zone? Bay or sale? This is literally 50-50. No bay, no sale. But if you're taking off an accumulation breakout, then if it breaks these lows, you can just expect like a volume push, a volume-based move below there. But you can see that the market, it hasn't done anything yet. So you've not missed any Bayo sales. It's still within the bus stop here. It's at a point A. Question is, how is it gonna get through this level? You know, how is it gonna distribute? Sometimes you get a clean distribution, and then sometimes you get like situations like this, where it's like very choppy. Very choppy. Doesn't give you like that clean move out, or that clean follow through. So where we're currently sitting at is basically this same region that we have from yesterday. You can see this area here. We're basically right there. Right here again. And those are pretty nice areas. Even look at this. The sells from this morning. This is Asia session. Market took a pause. And then the question is like, how does it get out of this area? Can we get out of it smoothly? Do we have to manage risk? You know, what is it going to do? How is it going to behave from this area here? Because you're all trying to catch a move, correct? Then the move is coming out of here. It's no longer in distribution. So it depends on how it moves from here, how many people are going to catch a good move. But if it fakes out a lot more people are going to lose. So that's like if it breaks here and then comes back up and breaks here and then comes back down and then just continues to do something like that. Then, you know, in that situation, that there's a lot more losers than winners. Gold is repeating the same way it did yesterday. Yes, sir. I have never held a crypto trade this long and it finally paid off. It's finally time for a withdrawal after a long week of trading. Ah, nice. Time for a withdrawal. Let's go. Let's go, crack. I shifted my SL because it was too big. Thankfully, there was no drawdown in this trade. Yeah, me too. Me too. Sometimes I do that. I just expect there to not be drawdown. Waiting for Vic to go live, then I go golfing. Happy Freaky Friday to all. Enjoy, sir. Gold brutally took me out before hitting my TP. Ooh. Yeah, that's brutal. Oh, that's not that's you got in here like quite early. This is still like Asia. This is Asia, and that was the liquidity grab from that time. Wow, I'm even amazed despite taking an L. Yeah, that was the Asia liquidity grab. Brutal. This is someone else took it. Oh, same thing here. Wait, let's see what happened. Oh man, yeah, that's exactly what he was going for. That's exactly what he was going for. And then it had the big move up. So you get like this kind of tweezer or a fidget spinner. I like to think of it like a fidget spinner. Kind of price action here. Yeah, very difficult. Very difficult. That's a variable right here. I think, you know, the trade idea was right. But on this one was a probability for a fake out. And you can't really always know when there's a fake out unless you're just very cautious and you're waiting a bit longer. The shark was looking and waiting to surprise us through from yesterday's session and consolidated, got manipulated, then started distributing. Yep. That's the thing that I've been noticing. And that's why I'm wondering what's going to happen here. If we're going to have that clean sweep up, or what is it going to do? I think it's a good time for it to move up, especially since it's hanging out here for so long, accumulating all of these orders. Typical Freaky Friday. This looks so good in my head, but guess what? The market had other ideas. Good thing I had to reduce my stop. AUD card, London Open. Swing approach, clean range, accumulation, distribution, candle close above resistance, close above both SMAs, risk management opportunity, eventually SMA crossover. This is a very nice trade. This is something that I'm expecting gold to do right now. So if you look at that, that's pretty much what gold is doing. So if you go on the, let's go on the 1 minute. I mean, it looks a bit clearer on the 1 minute. You get more candles, but it's pretty much what gold is setting up to do, right? On the 1 minute, you got the resistance right there. The market coming downwards, then moving sideways to break back above. Beautiful SMA confluence. Using IC markets, interesting. Yeah, this IC markets broker is not very consistent with the support resistances. Can we break? Are we gonna break above? Oh, here comes GJ. GJ finally broken below. Also, GJ right now should be in a distribution to the downside. This is Freaky Friday. It should move to the downside because it already took out these highs. That was like some kind of liquidity grab. It's done that like 2 times already. So you have one here and then one break over here. A little bit minor liquidity grab. To re-break these lows, now it's doing like a break and a retest to keep heading down here. That would make the most sense for me. It wouldn't make sense, you know, like when you read price, you gotta see the way price behaves. It would not make sense again for this to come back upwards. Because, you know, what is that? That's just garbage. That's garbage. Yesterday was basically when you think you're got the key to the market, that they change the keys. Yep. When you got the keys, gotta do a door giveaway. You guys know KSI's door giveaway? He said he was gonna give away a door. Gonna do a door giveaway. What strategy do you use for trading? Price action. That's the only thing that you need. What strategy do you need besides reading candlesticks? You know, nothing. What else do you need? How did you learn that? You're gonna show up on the charts a lot, and some things you're gonna learn from videos and how other people look at markets, and then you just eventually over time build your own sort of system. To be honest with you, I don't even know how I got to this point anymore, because I've been just reading candles for such a long time that when it does what it does, it just makes sense to me. That's what it's supposed to do. So when you're looking at the charts like literally every day, clocking in those 10,000 hours, then you get really good at reading it. But at the same time, you know, you can watch people's concepts and that sort of thing. It can help you understand it. And you just build upon that like every day. But what did not help me though was Japanese candlesticks. That was quite a disappointment. I really was hoping Japanese candlesticks was how to read price. But yeah, it was completely the wrong thing. But you know, when you start trading and you look at things like that, you think it's like that's price action. But it's like a very big hit and miss, and it creates these false signals. Like you see a bullish engulfing candle and then you think it's a buy, or a morning star pattern over here. Just look at that direction. Break it down to the bare bones, right? Break the market down bare bones. You see it's distributing here. So it didn't break the highs. This looks more of like a distribution. A sort of continuation to the downside. We've seen Goldie hit like -2%. The annoying thing about this though is the stops are going to be quite big here. It's about like 40 pips unless you just put it within the range. Something like this. Expecting price to keep moving down. But it looks like it wants to distribute. It wants to keep moving bearish. The accumulation. See what happens. But just stick onto the stream. It's going to help you read price action. Just watch the stream. Give it like a couple of months or so. And sometimes you get these small things which just click. And that's all you need. You just need to be right, you know. Just need to be right like one time, 1 or 2 times here and there. And it helps you click. It helps things click a lot more. You don't have to figure it all out at once. Oh, it's a fake out? Yeah. This is brutal. What the hell? Why is Goldie faking out here? Jeez. Took a buy at 87, now just waiting. Man, what a brutal fake out this was. Candlestick, I think that was just a 1 minute candle that moved up like 40 pips. Double lots revenging it is. Yeah, look at that volatility here, guys. Same as yesterday, now it goes up. If it breaks now, I will buy going according to plan after yesterday. If it breaks what? These highs? 30, 32.90? The good thing is like when you see a fake out, you're assuming that price is not coming down there again. You're assuming price is not down there again. So just being patient and then waiting for such confirmations can be quite nice. Yeah, it looks tempting. It looks very tempting actually. It looks very tempting. I was really early, sort of fucked you up, but I will wait and hold. That SMA is holding the fort like crazy. Oh, it's also going to be breaking above the 15 minute there. 15, the 5 minute. Yeah, that 15 is holding quite strong. This is a fake out. This is a potential fake out. Over here. You just put it like fake out, because the thing is, like, this is only confirmed as a fake out if price is to continue to move bullish and break these highs. Then we can look at this and say this is a fake out. But if you're gonna take a buy here expecting that that's a fake out, you can get faked out. Then price will just move down again. Could have just been a small little liquidity grab. Let's see on the 1 minute. It didn't really take out any structure yet. Again, it came very close towards this resistance here. So look at that. Look at how close it came towards it again. And it didn't take it out. It's still being respected here. Hey guys, thanks for the 100 likes. Very narrow range. Yes. It's got to break out. The thing about the sells, it's always kind of sketchy when price has already moved down so much. Price is likely to move down again. Let's look at our Chinese indicator here and see what it's saying. It's saying a weak dollar. So technically, price should move up. If you think about it, we've already created the monthly lows. We've created the monthly wick now. So theoretically speaking, if that's what it was aiming to do and still close bullish on the monthly, we could do it now. That will be the first buy. The first buy for the day over there. And you got US dollar super weak. Yen here is pretty weak. But yeah, I think this is the most important thing, the dollar. Dollar is really weak right now. Expecting neutral numbers for core PC price index. So yeah, it should actually be, we should actually be seeing gold move up. But anyway, you know, gold has been doing whatever the hell gold wants to do this month. Today I'm not trading. US 100 just made all-time highs and is saying USD is weak. It's strange. The stock market, but I think it's you know, it takes that data based off of like currencies like this. So everything against the dollar, so AUD, USD, AUD should be going up. See, AUD is currently bullish. Majority of them should be going up against the dollar. Pound here is bullish. This should be bearish. USD JPY. See, USD JPY is bearish here on the daily. And see, NZD should be bullish. Yeah, NZD is bullish against the dollar. Let's see, all of these. USD should be down on USD CAD. Yeah, it's at like 0%. There's no direction here. But it looks more bearish. It looks more bearish here on the daily. Oh, see? Not yet a fake out. It's still pushing down. That's why we put a question mark here. It could have just been like a... You know, this is something like... When we started the stream, guys, you know, this is something we've been talking about quite a lot. So it's quite interesting to see these examples. They just keep coming in. Because, you know, I've been watching this happen since yesterday quite a lot. And look, it literally just happened again. Because this was the only sort of resistance. There was no resistance here. This was clean candle bodies, right? So this was only resistance point. Like most likely, the best stops are usually placed above and below, like beyond structure. So, you know, you gotta use like structure. Most of the time, it's a good habit to use structure to put the stop loss. And you see how price comes really close. This probably triggered some people out. And then now look at this. Then they're like, oh, damn. Oh, man, I got triggered out here by something so small. And then you see it comes down. I don't know what is it. I don't know what is up with gold. I have no idea why it's been doing that of late. Like the setup is okay, but it has to first do the push up and then come down. Like if you're in a sell, for example, it's got to do push up and then come down. Or push down and then go up. Chat is disabled for this live stream. I mean... That's how I felt the first few times. Yeah, I was just taking like a bit of precautions. I want to leave it open, but right now the way my YouTube is right now, I just want to be safe, that I can see what's going on here. How to see what's going on here. Kiss of death on the 15. Oh man, this is not fun. This is not fun over here. It's doing the thing like yesterday did. This is not fun. I'm losing appetite to even take a buy up here. Because if this is what the buffet is looking like today, then I don't wanna see what's gonna be happening here for the main course above resistance. How that main course is gonna be. Because that main course is gonna be the main one, you know, because this structure here, you could imagine the amount of people looking for a position as price starts to break above this area over there. So you can get some pretty fast reactions. Good morning. I think buy should come from 32.66. That's a 4-hour support zone. Hey, good morning, Danish. 32.66. Oh, but we gotta have to come down there first. 32.66. It's like 177 pips. I think gold on the daily has done what, about like 470, something like this. 464. It could do it. It could do it. It's within the range. Definitely within the range. You know, thing is, like, the 4 hour is about to close in 1 hour 30 minutes. It's like this 4 hour is quite heavy. If you see the amount of selling pressure on here, you know what are the chances this 4 hour flips, like starts to pull up quite aggressively? I feel like you got that higher time frame weight kind of pushing it. Let's see how that DXY is looking. DXY should be moving down. Yeah, I got DXY bearish here on the daily, 0.18%. Jeez, DXY, the dollar has been taking quite a hit. Look at the way this daily opens are. Getting like gaps on the daily opens. Still expected. Oh, late. The DXY has been melting. This is the thing. Why does Trump want rate cuts? Rate cuts will just push this even further down. I actually would be interested to hear what his perspective is on these things. YouTube is hiding your life from me. I have to find it all the time by searching for it. It was not the case before. Yep, YouTube is doing that at the moment right now because I removed all my videos. I need to I lost basically all that data, you know, the watch time, comments, likes. That's why it's important if you guys like leave a like on this stream just to help build the channel back. But you can imagine it's like starting afresh in a way. It needs to find an audience again. Basically, I think that's what the algorithm's thinking. It needs to refine the audience, so I need to post more videos again. It's kind of annoying, but anyway. We have to do it. But yes, viral content. That's the problem. Make sure you got your post notifications on. You're subscribed to the channel. And you could also join Discord. You're going to get the notifications here on Discord as well. But it's true. It's hiding right now. I reckon it's going to do this for maybe a few weeks. A couple of weeks. Maybe a month. You've not been getting notifications either? Yeah, really weird. Really, really weird. Ugeshi, appreciate you, bro. No teas always on. Thank you, Brandon. Braden. Yeah. I don't even know if you search on YouTube. Probably not even going to be on that list. Let me see. Live day trading. Nope. 3 days ago. Oh, actually, I see something here. Oh, but that's previously watched. Yeah, it's super weird. I don't know why some channels have not been affected by this. Like I see some other channels here. Like for example, you know, like Raja Bank's channel. Raja Bank's channel has like 0 disclaimers. He has 0 disclaimers, and he doesn't seem like to be affected by it. It's so weird. Man, YouTube is like, it can be quite frustrating sometimes, but anyway, just gotta ride it out. As long as we got like good supporters here and you guys are leaving likes, then it's gonna sort itself out a lot faster. Yeah, because I spoke to the YouTube team and they also said they don't have the analytics for my previous videos. So it's almost like they don't exist. That data never existed. But it's all good. If we did it once, we can do it again. It's like trading. If you got the skill of trading and let's say worst case scenario you lose your whole account, you can always get it back. Now you got the skill. It's just gonna take some time. I have to break 2 structure levels to move stop. Price is likely to move down again. I am not going to a shooting range with only 1 set of bullets. I have 1 more bullet left, technically speaking. And I think the only place that makes sense for it is a buy above here, to be honest. 32.90. Unexpected behavior with gold price. Yeah, and it's been happening like around the same exact time. As you can see, it's like at the same time as yesterday's. Exactly at the same time. So, you know, it's quite dangerous because we don't know like where's the next big move gonna be. Maybe if we had a situation like this, would have been nice to get like a double fake out and then go with the trend. But you see, for this one, there's no confirmation for buys on the left-hand side. There was only a sell. So if you see the sell and you see the sell fail and they see no confirmation for buys, you can still get the sells. This was like a re-entry over here. Because what are the odds that price fakes out so many times, especially after a big move like this, that this one will not play out? So that's a kind of caution that I want to practice here. As I'm looking for a trade with a solid confirmation. So maybe even maybe see like a situation where it breaks above, such as this. Breaks below, and then re-breaks the highs. Yeah, but until then, you know, you're just gonna sit on your hands here. Not much you can do in this range. This is Space Angel cooking yesterday. Man scaled into some really nice sells over there. The gold sells. Let's see, you still holding this? If you're still holding this, that would be awesome. This is an Auli. Take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. So you see how easy it is to actually be patient, guys. Like, honestly, you're going to look at the market for what it is, not what we want it to be. If you really wanted to take a trade, you could force yourself into this area somehow. But it's definitely not moving. We got about like 25 minutes till the next hourly opens. See how this hourly candlestick is doing. This hourly candle has not yet had a move as well. You can see it's still kind of like a doji. We have a couple of wicks over here, but low volume. The candlestick body hasn't really moved much. 4-hour dump. But it does look like it's struggling to move. Like you can see, you got wick fill here. It pulled up, closed down like a doji. This is something I've seen happen before. And then you see, like, whenever you get the candles losing steam, they start looking like something like this. And then you get like a next candle starts to move up like this. I've seen this happen before. Usually following wick fill. Wick fill like that. Boom. Next candle, loses steam, loses steam. Yeah, then we gotta wait and see. $5 a.m. has been pushing this month. Exact 5 a.m. That's true. Like from 5 to 6, I've been noticing these moves. There've been some nice moves. That's why I want to extend the timings a bit more. 5 to 6, I've been seeing some nice moves happening. Nasdaq 100 is blasting all the roofs, all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, this is everything we expect here towards the end of the week. Something kind of different. Yeah, see, GJ is still moving quite nicely. It's progressing here. It's quite slow, but you know, it's heading towards support. 198, 200. Really nice price action here. It's quite textbook, actually, if you think about it. Little break in a retest situation. Break below, retest, bearish continuation. It's like a bit more predictable. Whereas Goldie, man, Goldie, we're not sure. We're not sure. It needs to pick a direction. Yeah, forex and gold guy seems to do a zigzag model of sorts. Dinner break, go for it. What are we having for dinner, Joshua? Before stream, I had like a oat bowl with some blackberries, cinnamon. Got the L on the fake out, then I got back in when it broke the lows. Oh, you got the L on what fake out? The first sell off here when price was breaking below. Consolidating. Nah, I just don't like it. I just wanted to move, you know. This is not fun. This is not fun when price does this. I see chances, levels, and momentum. This is not fun when price does that. Because you can't even read price action. Can't even do analysis here. No, when you was talking about yesterday. There's a tiny baby range here. No, that's not valid. Sometimes you can easily miss moves, you know? Like when you're too focused on the bigger picture, you sometimes can easily miss the smaller moves which are happening inside there. But I think this one is more of like a, if anything, more of like a 1 minute situation. It's trying to distribute from that area, that little sideways movement over here. It's trying to push up from this region. Boom, consolidate, trying to break above. I got a Greek takeaway, chicken, tomato, and cucumber with pita bread, fries, and some white sauce. Oh man, that sounds so nice. Double bottom on the 1 minute. Yeah, that white sauce sounds like it's gonna slap. Rise, Goldie. Rise. Wake up. So we've gotten one fake out. Just one fake out towards the lows. Let's see what yesterday's situation here did. Yesterday's situation was, it also gave one fake out. It gave one fake out. It broke and then it did a second fake out. I want to see the same thing happen here. I want to get at least 2 fake outs. Get 2 fake outs. I feel a lot better for a Friday trade, a Freaky Friday trade like this. So got one here. That's in the books. Finally, it's moving. You know, maybe it's a time thing. Maybe like the setup's just been happening more from this next hourly candlestick. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. I want to see a break. Wait, so if we put our stop here, let's say targeting resistance above here. Okay, so that would be valid. Or even like below the whole structure down over here. Kind of asking a lot from the market, but I would like to see it. I would like to see a double fakie. I don't know how possible that's going to be though. But as long as there's volume and it's moving like this, then, you know, the chances that happens, they only increase, that we can start getting those movement. You know, the thing is, like, people lack patience. They lack a lot of patience. So it seems like that could take long, but it could actually happen quite quickly, as long as there's volume. Yeah, I think there's feta cheese in the sauce. All the lemmings are watching me eat it. I am no way limiting myself in that matter. What do you mean? By asking too much from the market. Sometimes you gotta be picky. Gotta choose what toppings you want on your sandwich over here. So I would say another fake out for me would be nice. Finally, trade is coming buy side. Yes, sir. Now that's a question of, all right, there's a couple of ways that we can do this, right? We can do this if you're trying to be cautious. You're trying to be cautious. Just wait for it to break first. Watch it struggle and see how that you can get in with a reduced risk. If it's not going to happen like this and come down here, it could still break these highs. And then maybe you're just going to play around here for a bit. Then you say, okay, you know what? This is where I would reduce my risk if I was initially in the trade. And then you can take a buy here. You can cut your risk by like maybe, you know, like 90%. 90% hopefully. And then watch the fireworks. Worst case scenario, you're not ruining it. You're not ruining it because you know that the risk you've taken. Yeah, I was flirting with the idea of breaking out now, chat. First trade back in months. What are we gonna do, Goldie? We still don't have a bottom wick on the 5. But this is like I just want you to like experience this feeling of distribution. You see how it's moving right now. You feel even more like there's a move about to happen. See, now it's breaking above these highs. This is a completely different feeling, correct? From like what we've been doing since over here. So this is now starting to seem like we should be getting a move. As it's breaking above, as it's breaking above some highs here. Should be getting a move. So now I'm being patient. I'm being patient because what I've been seeing, these fake outs, I want to get more fake out confirmations here at Freaky Friday, you know. Let's assume I take 200 plus trades in one wick. That's 20k and less since you trade 35 plus lots a trade. Oh, you're talking tall trader. Yeah, here we don't do that. I take like one trade.
We don't do that here.
And I just let that either be a winning trade or a losing trade. And then that's it. Move over to the next session. Candlestick has closed above resistance. Now let's see. Let's see if it gives a fake out confirmation. If it doesn't, you know, like as you're waiting for price like this to do what you want it to do, you have to be okay with missing the move. You know, you always have to say to yourself, like if price was to just continue to move up, that's okay. You know, it's fine for it to just move up without you. So you're not going to feel any type of FOMO. But you're only going to feel FOMO, fear of missing out, if you're really expecting to catch the move, because it could just stop moving up without you right now. So you get like protect your psychology. And yeah, I think that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice way to look at markets at the end of the week. These last candles did not have a bottom wick, which is quite interesting. The 5 no bottom wick. This one has no bottom wick. This one is opened as well without a bottom wick there too. I'm happy I got in and just held before I would have got out. And then, but annoyed it went up. Alright, now it's creating the bottom wick. Good liquidity up 200 lots. Global Prime. Frustrating price action from few days. I want to see it come down. I want to see it come down first. Play a little bit. See what sort of risk management that trade could have. I see it's hitting into that 50 SMA. 50 SMA on the 5 minute. Got a 15 in our favor. Got that 30 right there as well. No, still going against the majority of the bearish momentum over here. Majority of bearish momentum. Because if it's going to be a buy and a winning buy, again, remember this is inception. This would be the first winning buy position over here, like with a good amount of structure for price to move up. See, some people attempted this earlier on here and then they got the liquidity grab, but price still moved up. It filled up the range. If you notice here on the left hand side, that range was still filled, you know, and then price started rolling over again, started coming back down. So it's another situation like this where you get a potential for price to move up, but that's what I'm kind of looking out for. I want to see this next sort of liquidity or fake out situation here. Hey, Gbpjpy, it's been a minute since I tuned in. What's good, my boy? Hey, what's up, Gbpjpy? Gbpjpy, how did you find the stream? Did you search for it on the YouTube search, or did YouTube show it to you on the homepage? Because my channel is gonna be shadow banned, I think, for the next couple of weeks here until I get more content out. That's the game. I don't scale in, only one massive trade. Yeah, one massive trade. I used to scale in, but you scale in when you're expecting to have more running positions. It's easier. Or you could just have one trade and then close partials. Actually, that's better. I guess it depends on what you're trying to do. It just shows on my main page. Oh, nice. Let's see, chat. Is it going to be a whip? It's created the first resistance here. Risk management can be really tight. If it holds this region and creates structure within this 5-minute candle over here, it'll be a really nice risk management. Then I'm gonna see if it's worth getting back in. Might even wait for the re-break of the highs if it can maintain these highs. Because you know, like what happened yesterday, you see like how the candlestick also broke. Wait, let's see, it broke once, but the second break was not a big break. It was a very tiny break. But ever since then, it couldn't come back to that region. So I'm kind of like expecting maybe a similar kind of situation here. So ideally, what I would like to see, I'm very picky about this trade. You know, otherwise I'd already be in. Very picky about this trade. Being very cautious here. So what I would like to see is maybe like this candlestick close bullish, and then it comes to retest like some kind of regions over here, and then it starts to move up again and get in on a break. This will be the perfect scenario, and then get on a break of these highs. These highs with my stop loss just over here. Then for price to move up to 65% here, that's going to be at a 32.93, and I'm going to put my stops to break even there. But you see, it's going to be trickier the more it pushes up. Like if it pushes up, it's going to get really close to 65. And even if it still does all of that, the entry would come in like quite late. So that would be the tricky part. So it's actually the way it is right now is really nice. Got 2 minutes 50 seconds, but we'll see what happens. It's kind of doing like a little break and a retest situation here now. Could very well just re-break and move up. What's a whip? Do you mean bounce up? A whip is like a fake out, basically. You know, when you expect price to move up, but then it moves in the opposite direction. It's re-breaking the highs now. Did you think trading forex futures is price feeding? If that's true, that means when traders do withdrawal, broker paid it from another trader who losses. I'm not sure about all of that. Is price feeding? No idea. Usually when a broker pays a trader, the broker should be paying based off their liquidity. You know, they're gonna have their own money. Not from other traders, but of course brokers make money from other traders via commissions. But that's a problem with some unregulated brokers. Like some of them don't have the money, or even some unregulated prop firms, and then you have this liquidity problem. Then they don't pay you, or it takes longer. It takes like much longer. Cutting the wins for early losses now, letting the rest run eventually. BE to 87.5. Yeah, see, now it's re-breaking the highs again. So this is again similar thing that I'm still keeping this in mind. So you see it re-broke in this situation. It broke first. That was the first break that we've seen here on gold as well on those buys. First break. And then the second candle opened. It re-broke slightly, and that was the one that started pulling up. From that point, it started giving like a bit of a harder time, right? So this is a trend. I don't know, it's a kind of trend I've been seeing, especially with these stop loss areas, getting really close to SL areas, and then like reflipping back down. It's a trend I've been seeing the past 2 days. So yeah, it's just basically done the same thing. One break, second smaller break. I'm sure it didn't even do a 1.5. Let's see. Or did it? Yeah, this one it did. At least this one did a 1.5. That's the difference. It was a bit more of a stronger break. Alright, so on my broker, that closed actually like a bearish doji. So we're starting to see some inconsistencies happening here as well. Let me see how that looks like on Owanda. Owanda looks bearish. Yeah, it looks like it closed bearish there. Let it maintain these highs. I hope it doesn't push up any further than this. Then see if I can still get that thing happen. Come down and then get it back on the pop up. Because, you know, once it does something like that and re-breaks, I would be expecting that, you know, price could move a bit more. You're in this buy? All right, sir, Godspeed. Don't forget about the trend though. Just be a little bit cautious anyway. But yep, I still think it's a good area for price to move up. How long it takes you to be profitable? 1 year, just a bit over a year. Yeah, but you know, everybody's journey is differently. Some people, they take longer, other people take shorter. You should never compare yourself. Take profit zone missing RSI confluence, so change of retracing is lower. So it's reacting off of a, what is this? It's like a GVF. Oh, you have a tight SL, that's 3286.7. 86.7. At least you got it like below that 8 SMA, just in case price wants to come down to retap that area. Oh, sorry guys, just give me a second, I'll be right back. There it is. There's the pullbacks. Yeah, now it gets interesting. Now it's looking interesting. Let's see, chat. So this is basically avoiding a whip. Avoiding a whip as much as possible over here. And we still got room till that break-even point. But, wait, first of all, let's see. The main entry would have been here. Because this is the first buy. Remember this, guys. This will be the first buy that price would have been doing from this region. Since the Asia... Pretty much all day. First buy. Because this is a London Open over here. This could be the inception of a much bigger move. Let's see. So it looks something like this. Uh-huh. Okay. Now I want to see how good that stop is gonna be. Still got like 2 minutes 30 seconds for candles to close. Would be awesome if it could start rebreaking here. Because that's when the push should be happening. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thinking more from a risk management perspective. So this is how that the risk would look here. It would be nice if it kept moving up at this point, that it doesn't come and create a steeper bottom wick over there. Just to respect it, we got that SMA confluence. Just a break-even mark will be pretty tight. So it wouldn't be exactly a break-even. It will be more of like a really small loss. So that's going to be like 90%. Let's say if it pushes up, hits 65%. I would still wait a bit more for it to come down towards like this region over here. Because that would be the main break-even entry. Because what it can happen is it can go like this. It can hit that level. And then come down like this, a little bit of drawdown, and then continue to move up. Best case scenario that it just moves up in one sweep. Because the thing is, like, usually when you see a fake out in the market, usually fake outs don't give you so many opportunities typically like this. Like, since it's already broken here once, it broke once, it broke a second time, and then it came down. Much like yesterday, it broke once, broke the second time, and then it reversed. So it should, technically speaking, not re-break the highs. Let's see on the hourly. Hourly candle will be reflipping and will be re-breaking the previous hourly highs. We'll be trading above the 30 SMA as well. Got the 15 SMA in our favor in confluence. And we're going to be breaking above the 5-minute SMAs too, provided the 5-minute can close above that 50 SMA right there. Let's see here, Goldie. Let's see on the 4 hour. So 4 hour. Oh, 4 hours closing in about 45 minutes. Oh yeah, it's failing. It's still struggling there. Well, you got some people. Some of y'all already took some buys there. How about a sell? Oh, that's true. How about a sell? Because I saw the buys were already confirmed. But this is a support over here. That's true, actually. There was actually a sell, damn. But the thing is, like, this was already having buys inside of it. Yeah, this was a potential, actually a potential sell right there. That's true. But yeah, I think the confusing thing about this is because those buys were already triggered in. So the buys technically would have been still in play during that sell structure. The risk management on this doesn't look as good anymore. This is no longer 50. This is cutting maybe like around 40, 45, 45%. Something like that. Mm, 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 mm. Hey Jason, bro, I was watching your live for a week. Really liking what you teach. Thanks, Jason. Kiss of Death on the 30. Oh yeah, Kiss of Death on the 30. True. 30 Kiss of Death. Back inside the gulag here. Yeah, we gotta be very, very cautious about these buys. This will be the only first buys, but see if it actually takes out the structure below support. Looking at 3,300, I still think 3,300 here is gonna be a magnet for price once it gets through this level here. It's still accumulating. It's still moving sideways. There's a potential sell, small sell over here, but majority of the price action is still moving sideways. You caught the sell? Nice. I'm not in a trade, but I'm long. Because price has created some kind of new resistance here. Let's label this again, no trade zone. Still got a range of about 38 pips. Looks like GJ's filled this up to 65. Look at how accurate this is, guys. Right to the 65% mark. When we get this break over here. The last hour, no significant move. But you see the way it's stalling. Goldie is really stalling for something. It's either going to be a really big break again towards the downside and a bearish continuation, or this is a point where you see price get the character change. As it is, we're closely heading towards like pre-New York, and then we got the core PCE as well. So, you know, with core PCE coming out 30 minutes into the New York time, we could even expect price to actually hold these levels. And there's just become like some key levels that price will consolidate between for core PCE. So then this becomes a range, retest these highs. But we're also getting another kiss of death here on the 5 minute. So notice whenever that 8 SMA is above, look at this push. 5 minute, 30 minute. I would say there's somewhat moves. You know, I've just been watching the way GJ is moving and the way gold is moving. There's somewhat moves, but there's also fake outs. There's quite a bit of fake out situations here. You can see how price broke the lows and then it pulled back upwards, right? And then look at that, how it's breaking the highs and now it's pulling back downwards. GJ went slow but got me the profit eventually. Oh yes, exactly here. 265. Then it had that reaction. Nice. Clean range down. Fake out on the buys. This was such a quick move. You'd really have to think fast on this one. Yeah, that was very quick. But that's like you're expecting the sells because of the way price is moving. So you're looking instead of this as a bullish confirmation. Then I guess that's what you're looking for. The fade. Which is a good play actually. It's a good play. But I prefer this, like if for example the buys were not confirmed, then I would actually prefer this even more because then the buys are not confirmed. But nice play there, sir. Very good. Anywhere know how I can get this in my trading view? This is not trading view. This is Zoom. Hunting SLs, that area. It's doing similar situation like yesterday during this time. Taking out buyers and sellers before the real move. But let's see, the real move happened here yesterday. I think exactly at 5 is when that move happened. Yeah, this is about 5 minutes past 5. We're already like 23 minutes into this hourly candle. But you see, it's like the same thing like yesterday, right? Seller's been taken out, buyer's been taken out. Now the third one is probably the real one, wherever direction it picks. Oh, Vic, when you said you'd be extending time for trade sessions, the morning or London session? London session. Yeah, like this hourly, specifically this hourly candle. Still got about 34 minutes. Low risk buys in. Yeah, it's ranging, but at least it's not volatile. It's just kind of like gradually moving up and down, but not too aggressive. That's so tiny, TP, sir. Yeah. The range has become smaller. The range has become smaller there. I was looking at this area, maybe considering tightening the stop. But the flow is kind of off. Because I was looking at the flow from this main entries over here to see how price was going to behave. So the flow is kind of off. It's like it's setting up a new setup now. Just gotta get through these speed bumps, got resistance levels, all these minor resistance zones. But you know the thing about this TP here, that this range, if this truly becomes the first buy, we're probably gonna go through this level over here, 32.94, and keep heading up towards like 3300. Yeah, catching this move actually requires a lot of patience because it's not planning on going anywhere yet. So it would even be nice to see this come and take out these lows. Just completely mop up this area. You know, mop up the buyers. Well, I think it's already mopped up the sellers. It's mopped up the sellers here as price moved up. So sellers are out. And now if it came all the way down here, just completely mop up these buyers too. Heck, it could be waiting for the core PCE. If it's just ranging like this the whole time, even like throughout this whole hourly, like for the next 30 minutes, then it could very well just be waiting for this 8:30 a.m. That's our last red folder for the week. Because price, technically speaking, has already moved quite a bit. We're still down 1.30%. This could be the pre-NY news range already, but you know the range is not even that big. It's only about 95 pips. I was figuring at least up towards this resistance. Give it like about 140 pip range towards the news. Fighting with that 8 SMA. Where's the commitment gold? Seeing zero commitment here. That was a nice distribution on the 1 though. Mentally, I'm tired being on the charts since pre-Asia. You got that last brain cell in you. like this meme from yesterday. Man is on his last brain cell. Wait. Oh, I need to turn the music off. Been trading since pre-Asia. Yeah, you must relax, sir. You know, this morning was pretty nice because I was only on the charts for not that much of a long time. For my pre-London. I actually missed out on some beautiful sells early on. If I came onto the charts on time, but I didn't. Dun, 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 dun. Friday trades. This is a Friday dance. Last brain cell left for the week. I would really like to catch a move out of this area. But the way I'm looking at it, it almost feels like kind of like forcing it, you know? Because I would like this structure to feel a bit more obvious. It's not yet feeling obvious. I can see the fake outs. We got one fake out down here. We got one fake out above here. Would be nice if we just completely remove this position. I want to see this position here get cancelled so it can give a brand new setup to re-break the highs to move up. See, oil rises, US dollar stalls as risk appetite builds. The market narrative remained focused on the risk appetite of evolving expectations around Fed credibility. Crude oil leads with gains near $75. Oh, nice. Looks like we finally broke above that 65. Usually hovering around 65. So, all right, so gains near $75 while the US dollar remains on the defensive. Commodity and high betting currencies like the Aussie and Euro stay elevated. The Aussie and Euro. Let's see. This is Architect here. You took a buy. Didn't you take a buy on AUD? Yeah, you got AUD CAD. Aussie remains elevated. Seeing some bullish momentum there. Shares rise on China-US trade hopes. US dollar drops. Global stock markets have rallied to record highs this week. As traders took confidence from a ceasefire between Iran and Israel, the market stepped up bets for US rate cuts. I see a trade agreement between the US and China on Thursday on how to expedite rare earth shipments to the US was also seen by markets as a positive sign amid efforts to end the tariff war between the world's two biggest economies. Yeah, that's true. What we are having right now is potentially some optimism about trade deals. We've quite come from quite low levels in the aftermath of Liberation Day in April. To a certain extent, we have also had some mini sell-off on the back of the events in the Middle East. In that sense, we're rebounding. And see, I think it's very early days, but I think there is a sense in the market that we are getting a bit fatigued with the theme of trade and trade wars and trade deals and would like to move past that. Thank you. That I feel like is exactly what I also think the market is. It just feels so fatigued with all of this rubbish fundamentals that, you know, it just doesn't make sense. The markets are just operating very weirdly right now. That's true. It's time that we would like to move past this 100%. I hope in July should be good. July should be a good month. Historically, July has been a pretty nice month. So hopefully from next month we can start picking up again. I don't think it's just the repricing of the Fed. I think there is a broader issue here of some tarnishing of US exceptionalism. Broader issue here, some tarnishing of US exceptionalism. Yeah, this core PCE seems like the kind of the main thing why I can say that gold is ranging so much right here. See, oil prices were set for their biggest weekly decline since March 2023 as prices cooled back down after spiking briefly above $80 on news of Israel-Iran conflict. So it seems like the ceasefire is... They haven't yet had a ceasefire, have they? They're still going at it. That's why it seems like. I still think the daily is gonna flip, most likely during the NY session. The daily still doesn't have that top wick, right? Yeah, man. Like, think about it. Freaky Friday over here. For Freaky Friday, I would not be surprised to see like a big retracement to come in. Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting. But if I take a buy here, it's kind of like a new setup. These lows were not completely taken out. That's the issue I have. This would be kind of like a new setup. That price can move up. Let me start a poll. Let me see what the chat here thinks. If we are more bullish. Alright guys, leave your votes in. Let's see what y'all thinking. Bullish or bearish? Because I'm just thinking like Freaky Friday, end of the week here. These buys finally play out. They're going to be pretty much expecting them to be a bomber clot. Because maybe this move down was not the real move of the day. It could be pulling up again with the core PC. So got like 58% bullish. See, because, you know, if price was going to move down, it should have already moved down, right? Why is it still hovering here? Why is it still like breaking highs and hovering here? It should have already moved down. It literally broke this area here like twice. I think if it re-breaks, probably going to be the move up. But, you know, if, you know, it depends on how your day's going here. So, for a move like this, I think it'll not be too bad for me. Let's see. If it re-breaks, it will retest 3,300. Yes, 3,300 here. That's what we're thinking. Let's see, do we have any other SMAs? 15 in our favor. We'll be re-breaking the 30. No, the 30 gave us a bit of a hard time before there. It was pushing the candles down. Hourly will be re-flipping, re-breaking the previous highs after creating hourly lows. That 1 hour 8 SMA should be catching up though, but it's currently at the break-even mark. See, the hourly is about to close in the next 16 minutes. It could have been waiting for the hourly just as it's about to close to have the move. Money you make is money you didn't have anyway, but money you lose is money you already had and no longer have. This stings. It's an interesting way to think about gambling as well. You know, if you go to a casino with $5,000 and let's say you make $10,000, then you have 15,000, but then you lose 10,000. Did you lose 10,000 or are you just at break even? Think about it. Did you lose the 10,000 or are you just at break even? Because, you know, the stories of people like who maybe they go to a casino or whatever they do is maybe they have like $10,000 and then they can flip that to, let's say, $100,000, but then lose like, let's say, $80,000. So have they lost $80,000 or have they made $10,000? Because now they're going to be 20,000 from 10,000. So, you know, it's all perspective. All right, Goldie. You know, Goldie is moving so slow. I don't get this. If we're going to get a break, I'm expecting candlesticks to start rushing up here to re-break 32.91. Something like this I was expecting. A big push. And I'll still use the range from this previous. Or should I change this and then maybe use this one? Yeah, I'm probably going to use this one here. Then break even at 32.93. But I would have loved to see this happen like soon, guys. I want this to happen with the pre-New York right now. And we have pre-NY in the next 15 minutes. Victor, what I do when I go gambling, let's say $20, I try to 2x. Then remove the money. Now I play the house's money. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice way to think about it. Like right now I'm up about $900 like roughly, and then if this is basically like the house's money, but it can be my money if I call it a day here. But right now you're basically playing, or I'm basically playing with the house's money. I'm just not seeing the commitment. I don't get the commitment, so it's taking a bit too long. Because, you know, the thing is, we know how price behaves during this time. It's not typically how it would behave when there's a setup. Should have already triggered or be triggering. Sometimes it triggers like at 520, 530-ish. Now it's like 547, 548. I guess people are no longer buying gold these days. Well, they say, you know, because prices are coming down here, we're still getting central bank buying apparently. But I guess at the same time, there's, yeah, you're right. There's a sort of like money's been pulled out of the gold market too. As much as it's creating better prices here. I think waiting for price to tap 32.91. 32.91 to 32.92. And form a rejection wick or bearish engulfing for a sell. This was a nice sell already here. That was a nice fake out. If we break above 32.91, I'm seeing more of like a range to move up. Because if it hit up here once and then pull back down, shouldn't really re-break these highs again. It should just come back down. It should just completely sell off here. It's in a very nice area just to completely sell off. Because it's already trapped both ends. Sellers shaken out. Buyers triggered in. So if we wanted to move down, it can really just move down here and take out the remainder of the sellers, of the buyers. See how much time? Oh, 10 more minutes. 10 minutes. Wow. 10 minutes till pre-New York. Hey, Joshua. Good morning. Good morning. It's kind of it's consolidating, moving sideways, but at the same time it's creating this head and shoulders. That's why I reckon, like, if there's gonna be buyers, if this was a trap, this would be it right there. Create that head and shoulders, bring it down to sweep the lows. Where do you trade XAUSD, and can I do this from the USA? I use IC markets. But if you look at the futures chart and the gold spot, they kind of still move the same. Price action should be similar. Core PCE. What are the chances that we start to reflip right now in the last 7 minutes? Just trying to learn how to be patient with you, sir. Yeah, definitely tune into the stream. It's going to help you with your patience a lot. Because, you know, the whole time here, couldn't do anything. You can clearly see pretty much simple markings on the chart. We have like 3 lines here. Yeah, we don't need to do any more analysis than this. You just like sit on your hands and hope some volume comes in. The only thing I see was this trade that I think Architect took, the sell over here. And there's a bit of a sell, maybe a small sell here on GJ as well, but it's not really the cleanest. Yeah, Freaky Friday. We've already had one round of Freaky Friday, which is that monthly bottom wick that's been formed. There's really big pushes to the downside. Monthly flipping. But I still feel like it's not over, chat. Like, we're still expecting some kind of big moves. I'm still pretty much expecting a huge move from gold to end of the week. Whether that's going to be bearish or bullish. It's coming back to retake these lows. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this entry here, guys. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Will the market go like 16th June? London session? June, which should be right here. Oh, 16th June. But there was no range for 16th June. Like, price during the London was like you had some resistance points all over the place here. See, it was like hitting these resistance and then coming down. Completely sold off. But yeah, 16th June, if you're thinking about more of like a sell, because 16th June price came down, it consolidated, then it did like this big fake out, and then it completely sold off. Yeah, it could be. That could happen. So right now it's 5:55. 5:55. Let's see over here. Yeah, the volume started coming in here on 16th June by 6:30. This price started to break above these highs. But I think the stop loss. Oh, Goldie is melting. Yeah, there we go. It's taking out those buyers over there. Taking out those buyers there. It's a pretty big stop for that small range here. But yeah, you're right. Indeed, sir. That could potentially happen. Still not seeing any buy confirmations. But a big move like that during New York session is not out of the question. Could definitely happen. Hey, congratulations to everybody who avoided whips here today. Could have easily gotten a whip here for both sells and buys, easily, because it was looking nice during the breakout here. There was just no structure on the 1 minute without a really big stop loss, and for the buys here was also looking pretty nice. But you know, we're being very cautious because you know it's Freaky Friday and price is moving down. It's moving down, so to catch a buy will require even more patience. No trade zone. So if you look at it in hindsight, this is all that we had today. Since we jumped onto stream here, since the London Open. Yeah, and congratulations to everybody who caught some pips today as well. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna head out here. I'm pretty sure y'all tuning into the stream. I'm sure we practice a lot of discipline today. Like this requires a lot of patience. Not executing within a range like this, and then even getting temptation over here to take a trade, but still being patient. Yeah, I think it's quite nice. So I'm gonna head out here, guys. I will see you all next week. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Adios.